listen, I love fall as much as the next person, okay? Like, don't get me wrong. I've already made 2 fall themed videos on this page. If you haven't seen them, you should go check them out. I can't help but think about the fact that fall has been coming earlier every single year. Like, I swear we're starting to see fall stuff happen in July. So let's talk about it. All right, the first thing we're going to talk about is overconsumption and consumerism. My favorite thing to talk about on this page, apparently. I feel like it's always fall. Like, that's the one that I notice the most, the season that I notice the most that gets pushed. And I think a big reason as to why fall is so pushed is because stores and companies can profit off of it. They are able to push this idea of autumn and this excitement of fall onto consumers to basically maximize sales as early as possible. I think the pumpkin spice latte at Starbucks, very much like they start selling that in August. I was shocked when I realized that last year in August that was already available, and I was like, it's not even September. Why is the pumpkin spice latte out? Unbeknownst to me, people start celebrating fall in July. Speaking of July, decor in stores has started to come out for fall in the middle of July. I fear we should not be already worrying about what we're going to be buying for the fall when it is peak summer. And another thing I think we don't talk about a lot is the fast fashion cycle that happens every fall. I actually just came across this video of a take that I really enjoyed today on TikTok, so I want to share it with you. Let's watch it together and then I will share my thoughts on it.
Brown is not a fall trend. Suede is not a fall trend. Coats are not a fall trend. Boots are not a fall trend. Scarves are not a fall trend. Dark wash jeans are not a fall trend. I made this video last year and I feel like I need to make it again because fall isn't even technically here and I'm already seeing the same fucking foolishness. Do not let these people who quite frankly don't know what they're talking about make you think that you need to go out and buy an entirely new wardrobe because they have convinced you that something that comes back every year is a trend. I actually said this last year and I think it proves to be true again. When it comes to fall and winter fashion, there really aren't a whole lot of new things under the sun every season. I feel like generally what you wore last fall, what you wore 2 falls ago, what you wore 10 falls ago will suffice for this fall. I'm sick of people getting on here and saying that like, oh my god, trench coats are so trendy, boots are so trendy. It's like, can we please be serious? Just today, I saw someone do a suede jacket collection and she had a really nice collection, but she opened her video with suede was trendy last fall and it's going to be trendy again this fall. And I'm like, it's suede. Like, suede is going to be a popular thing every fall. I feel like the fact that it comes back every year precisely means that it's not a trend. It's just a staple for that time of year. So I'm here to tell you that what you wore last fall, as long as those items have held up, are probably going to be fine for this fall. Don't let someone convince you that you need an entirely new wardrobe every season because people are calling things that aren't really trendy a trend.
Okay, I'm going to pause it there. She continues to talk about how these pieces in your closet that are considered trends every year are actually timeless, which is what she's talking about, but she's continuing to discuss how this truly can be something that is carried basically every season you go through. If you get those pieces that are considered trends, they're not actually trends because you will be able to continue to wear them. And so there's this confusing line of like every season it's sold to you as this new thing when in reality it has been a thing for so long. I will make sure that I link this video in the description because I do think she speaks very well on this. And it actually got me thinking about my own video that I made talking about fashion trends. I had actually put in my notes to talk about suede and I believe I left it out of the video for the purpose of I've been seeing it for multiple seasons. So I don't think it's necessarily like a new trend. I think it is something that does come back as a basic every year. And I did obviously mention things that do come back every year, but I tried to make sure to note that those are things that we see reoccur. I think I did a good job in that video of noting things that are different, that are coming into trend based off of kind of things we've seen in the spring and the summer this year, trends I noticed that are trickling this way, and also things I noticed in Fashion Week recently. Let me know your thoughts on that video if you did watch that video, or you can comment over on the fall fashion trends video that I made. This really did make me think about it and reflect on it because I had watched this other video here. She also made some really good trend predictions for the fall, and she did a lot of research based off of the fashion shows that happened a couple weeks ago. There was a lot of people in the comments that were like, thank you for taking the time to actually speak about real trends and not just things that come back every season. So I do think people are getting to a point where they realize that a lot of times when people talk about trends, they are things that come back every single season, such as plaid, such as trench coats, such as suede. So I do think it is important to keep that in mind, like what actually is a trend and what is not a trend, and how companies can actually benefit from it being seen as a trend because it's this new thing to buy when actually people have been buying those for years and wearing them for years, and it's nothing new new and you can wear the one you wore last year, you don't need a new one. Going along with companies basically trying to get you to think that you need to buy into this new trend, we've gotten into a world where early product launches have been happening before a season even comes. In the middle of August, I've already started to see talks about drops that are going to be happening for fall or fall themed things that have come out. It creates this sort of excitement and need for these new drops, even though they are not necessity yet or even remotely useful at the time that the drop happens. It basically feeds into this fall mindset and people are already ready for the next thing. That obviously has a lot to do with social media and marketing, which we will get into in a little bit. Now I want to talk a little bit about the aesthetic of fall. Like I said, I love fall, but I think part of the reason I love fall is because it is so aestheticized. The cozy sweaters, the candles. I literally lit candles because I like candles all the time and these are just like little cheap dollar store candles. It feels so much more cozy, like this coziness, staying inside wrapped up in a blanket, reading a book with a cup of tea or coffee. It's a beautiful thing. Also at the same time, you have to remember that that's not something that people are doing. I shouldn't say that's not something people aren't doing because I do that. Like I do light a candle and read a book in a cozy blanket, but it's not something that I'm like doing all the time or that I need to purposely romanticize to put on the internet. Do I do it? Yeah, I do. I make content. It's part of my job. That is not something that every single person on this planet needs to do. Sometimes I think it's become overly curated, feeling that you need to go to a pumpkin patch, pick apples and get apple cider, put on all these cute fall themed outfits, do all these fall activities. Those are great if you want to do them for the purpose of making the memories of doing those things. There's no problem with that. And I'm also not going to tell you what experiences to do and what ones not to do. But I do think sometimes the reason people want to do those, and I know I'm guilty of this too, is solely because we see it projected on social media. We see people partaking in this aesthetic and we ourselves think, oh, that looks so fun and fall themed. I want to do that too. But would you have wanted to do it had you not seen other people doing it? I don't know if I necessarily would want to go to a pumpkin patch unless I saw other people doing it. Because I have had that happen in years past where I'm like, oh, I want to go to a pumpkin patch solely because I keep seeing people doing it. And I'm like, I feel like I'm missing out. This romanticization of fall is so marketable because they create this feeling of FOMO. If you are not partaking in this season or this trend, you are behind. And like if everyone else is in fall mode and you are not, there's something wrong with you because you aren't moving at the fast pace that everyone else is moving at. And along with that FOMO, there's also a lot of excitement around it, which leads people to make unnecessary purchases, create this feeling of necessity around things that genuinely they probably don't need. So I'm going to show you two videos. The first one's going to be a shopping vlog for fall. The second one is going to be a fall themed day vlog, and then I'm going to share some thoughts on it.
It's the start of August and I'm pulling into Hobby Lobby and that can only mean one thing. It's time! Let's go get some fall decor. You know the drill, chug water before we go in. Let's go. I am so excited. I'm in my cutie little fall outfit. I've literally been waiting for this and now it's the green light. Yeah. Let me get a cart. Spotted. I'm overwhelmed already. And it's 40% off. Yeah, guys.
Why is stuff already 40% off when we aren't even into fall? It is still the middle of August. Aren't things not supposed to go on sale until like after they're out of season?
This would be perfect for espresso. Oh, for sure. I love this. The whole set is beautiful. I just don't think I want to switch out everything. Cute. Wait, do you like the white or the brown? I can't decide. I also really like these pumpkins. For the coffee bar, these would be perfect. In the cart. This is a really pretty candle. Let's see how it smells. It's good. Oh my gosh, and how cute is this little guy? Oh, cozy cup cocoa. Sign me up. These pumpkins are just so cute, but I'm trying not to go overboard on the pumpkin because I don't want to be living in like a pumpkin palace. I really like these. I think I want to go for more like a natural fall, like dark deep. It's Christmas. No, I need a minute. As I was saying, dark deep browns and that kind of palette. I might like these in my kitchen. I think I'm gonna get one and then come back and get more or just return it. That would actually be really cute as a fall piece. Ugh, my Jesus, so beautiful. I'm trying to decide between those two candles. I think it's time to check out. That was very successful and we paid in cash, so it didn't count. Next stop is gonna be none other than Home Goods.
I want to comment on the Hobby Lobby haul real quick, and then we will watch the rest of the video. The comment on you paid in cash, it doesn't count, I think can be a very dangerous game because it still counts. It is still money you had that you are spending. Like I have said before, people always love to comment this. I do not have the right to tell you how to spend your money. You are correct. But I just want to make a note that it does count just because it is in cash and you don't see it on your credit card doesn't mean that it didn't happen. The candles that she did choose, I'm sure they're great. It just got me thinking about the fact that you might have some candles left over from last season. Unless you were like me, where you would just continue to burn a candle even if it's out of season. I would just continue to use the same one until it's gone. If you don't do that, you can save candles from the previous fall and bring those out and use those again. So I think it's important that before you go shopping, you actually take note of all the things you have. Another thing, the plate set that she saw, I don't believe she ended up getting that. She talked about that she liked both of them and she wasn't planning on getting a whole new set. You don't need to have fall themed plates for one season. Along with the little spoon she got for her coffee, I don't think you need pumpkin topped spoons. You can use a normal spoon or just get a silver set or a gold set that like will work all year round. Okay, let's finish watching this.
We have arrived. Let's go do some damage. Let's do ourselves a favor and just grab this now. I don't do the scary decor. No, ma'am. It's a little too spooky in here for me, to be honest. This is more my speed. I like this guy. Wait, this lights up. I kind of like these towels. I need a good fall floral that doesn't look too fake. I'm just not finding it. Ugh, like yes, but no. I need this, but not like red brown, like just like deep chocolate brown. It was so close. I've been looking for a floor lamp and this just might be it. Yes, come on with me. It's time to check out and get out of here. Hello.
Oh my goodness, I love your set.
Thank you so much. Okay, there's still more to get, but I think today was very successful.
I'm trying to be like level-headed about this and like play devil's advocate and like see both sides of it. But truly, majority of the things she got were just like little trinkets. Like she got some little like coffee table holders. She said she didn't want to get a bunch of pumpkins and then proceeded to get like 6 or 7 different kinds of pumpkins. I think that kind of proves the fact that like when you are excited about this thing, she even said she's going to do some damage. You go in justifying these purchases because it is a new season, or you want to have new decor because you don't want to use last year's decor. You'll say that you don't need something, but you still get it because there's a way to justify it for the aesthetic. Okay, now let's watch the day in the life vlog.
Hey guys, come spend the day with me pretending it's fall in Rhode Island. It's been 60 degrees in the morning, so you know what that means. Fall is officially here in my house. So I pulled out a cozy fall sweater, which I did have to wear shorts with because it's not that cool out yet. Threw on my new fall perfume, my cowgirl boots, my new Ralph Lauren bag that I just got for fall, which I am so excited about. I've been wanting it for so long and finally bought it. I had no morning sickness today, which was really such a blessing. That and the cool breeze really had me so excited for fall. I brought out my brown gingham bedding to really bring the fall vibe. One of my favorite things to do in the fall is either go to a cute cafe or a cute breakfast spot. Mike popped out of work to meet me for brunch at one of our favorite spots. I was so excited I had a normal appetite. I always say summer is the prequel to fall, and that's why I love it so much. So I went Halloween hunting. I drove a bit further to the Home Goods by my parents' house because they have better stuff than the one near me. I also went to Target and went to Starbucks to get a fall drink. At this point, I was really feeling like fall, and I got to make a bunch of content for you guys, which most of these videos are already on my page. I got a bunch of good fall stuff, and my fall weekend in the life is going to be on YouTube soon, so make sure you're subscribed.
I was trying to keep track of how many things she promoted, whether or not she was realizing she was promoting it, the consumption of specific things that she just got because it's fall. I would like to start off with the sweater. She promoted having a new sweater, then going to her new fall scent. I love a good scent, and I actually am going to be looking for a scent that is kind of fall-ish because I am out of my perfume that I've been using since January. So I don't think there's anything wrong with getting a new scent, but I would like to know if she just got the new scent because it's fall or if she was actually out. Her Ralph Lauren bag that she just got, the bed sheets, she was also talking about those, and then she continues to go to Home Goods to buy new things and goes to Target along with getting Starbucks. So there is a lot of consumption happening here, and she also noted the fact these trips were good for her to make content. This is a very important thing to know. These people are doing these things to make content, whether you realize it as a viewer or not. It is a very important thing to try to keep track of. Is this something that like a normal person is doing in their day-to-day life, or is this solely for the purpose of showing off things that they buy so that they can promote it to their viewers to go and buy it themselves, possibly through affiliate links or just for the aesthetic purposes? Creators do have a responsibility to be mindful about what they're sharing, but at the same time, as viewers, we have to try and keep that in check ourselves and be like, oh, is this actually something I need, or is it just them promoting something for the purpose of content? Which again adds to that feeling of FOMO. They get all of these nice things and you're just sitting there watching it, probably wishing you had access to those things too, but it probably isn't realistic to your budget, your financial situation, to your lifestyle. I'm not like trying to make any assumptions about the life you live. Coming from me personally, like when I watch these videos, a lot of times I do catch myself being like, I wish I could just go out and buy that stuff and not worry about it. I don't. and I don't need those things. And it's not going to make me feel any better. If anything, it's going to make me more stressed because then I'm going to have to deal with whatever financial damage I did while shopping. And I think both of these videos really show how easy it is to sell that cozy vibe, both physically and digitally, through the products and through the content. You will totally be okay if you reuse the things you bought last year or 5 years ago. Like, you can still use that blanket that you've been using since you were in high school. You can still wear that sweater that you wore 4 years ago. If it is comfortable, if it's in good condition, if you still like it, you don't need to buy more. Now we're going to get into social media's fast-paced switch ups. It's very clear now that TikTok and Instagram really accelerate trends. I literally cannot get that out of my head that we are already seeing fall content in July. And the reason creators do this is because if you jump on a trend early, it gets pushed out. The algorithm likes that. You get rewarded as a creator to promote consumption and to promote these trends before anyone else does. And this has had an effect on me. I'm trying to be very aware of this. I felt like last week and the week before, like when we got to August, I needed to start pushing out fall content because I wanted to be ahead of the game so that I'm not posting fall content only once fall starts, if that makes sense. For me, it wasn't about promoting fall or telling people that they need to celebrate fall early. It was more so I wanted to be helpful so that when fall comes around, people kind of have an awareness of like what trends are happening or how you can style for trends or how you can deal with transition outfits. I tried to be very mindful about that. I know that it can look like I am also hopping on the trend. I am completely like guilty of that I'm trying to stay ahead of it as well as other creators are. I kind of added to the noise. I would like to hear your guys' thoughts on that. Like, if it's okay in your opinion, when's too early to start sharing fall content? If you like seeing fall fashion content before fall so that kind of prepares you for fall, or if you'd rather have it wait until the 1st of September. Social media also creates a false sense of collective time, that fear of missing out. Your brain automatically assumes you are behind. With everyone on social media basically acting like it's fall in August, your brain starts to be like, oh yeah, fall is here. Like, this is fine. August is fall. When in reality, like, it's still 90 degrees outside most of the time. Okay, the last little thing I want to talk about is the psychological side of this. Big thing that I see people play off of, especially on social media, is the nostalgia element of seasons. People crave the comfort of fall each year. No one wants to be in 100-degree heat. So when they get the chance to romanticize fall, people cling to that because that means that cooler weather is coming and not having to literally sweat your ass off every single day. It's almost like we're trying to hack the system that if we just start making fall come sooner, we will be able to be in less discomfort, thus kind of ignoring what's actually going on, which is a form of escapism. The romanticization of fall literally helps people cope with modern stress of their life, just like any form of retail therapy does. And like I said before, having a new season or a new holiday to buy for can create a reason to be behaving in this way. We are constantly looking ahead rather than trying to be present with where we are. And I think that this fall season that is already seemingly upon us is a great example of that. So I want to hear from you. Do you think fall is actually starting earlier every year? And are creators who jump at it early, like me, to blame? If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, turn on post notifications so that you get notified every single time I upload a new video. And with all that being said, I will see you very soon. Love you. Bye.